Hello, it is Juan, obviously, as you can tell by reading my username. You know what? Today I'm going to tell a story. Story time. It'll be story time episode 1, because, you know, I got some pretty funny stories, some pretty weird stories. So here's my first story. Band camp. Yep, it's real, and I'm in a marching band, so I go to band camp every summer for a week. It's in some place in Maine. I'm not going to disclose where, because it's secret. Also, if you're someone who I know in real life and watches this video, don't read that guy who says the real name in the comments. Don't do it. No, but seriously, yeah, so we go to band camp in Maine, and it's really hot up there. But some crazy crap happens at band camp. I'm not gonna lie. So here's story number 1 from band camp. I'm not gonna use these people's real names. Obviously, if you know me in real life, you know who these people are, and if you are that person, you know who they are. But I don't know. What if like a teacher views this and like thinks it's like a whole thing, and then there's like some federal investigation, and the CIA comes and they're just like, you're part of ISIS. No, but I don't want to get anyone in trouble. So I'm gonna use fake names, but you know who you are for people I know. First story. In the cabin. This is 2 years ago. My sophomore year of band camp. Sophomore year of band camp, I'm in a cabin with these percussionists and some horn players. And I just butchered. You're not a horn. No, I'm sorry. Saxophone players. And yeah. Things are going well, and then there's this kid, right? There's this kid who we're gonna call him George. George decides, you know, to tease people in a friendly way, as boys do in cabins and when they're naked. No, but he decides to tease people, and he goes up to this kid whose name I'm gonna call him Daniel. So George goes to Daniel, and George is just like, dude, I don't know how the conversation led here, but George just goes, shut up, kid, you don't even have a dick, ha 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 ha. And Daniel is just like, challenge accepted, boy. And so, you know, after George says he doesn't have a dick, Daniel, what he does next, will rock your world. BuzzFeed title, you won't believe what happens next. Daniel pulls down his pants and his underwear, not gonna lie, just like, this kid George is sitting on his bed, and Daniel's standing right in front of his face, just pulls down the pants, cock exposed, and George is just like, holy crap, and everyone in the cabin's like, holy crap, and no one could believe that actually happened, and we were like, what? And then the counselor in the cabin, like, one of them was really chill, and one of them was like a jackass. I'm not gonna disclose the name, but you're out there. And Jackass just like, dude, it's not okay like that. That's so gay, man. That's some gay shit, blah. And the other counselor was like, don't do that again. But it was pretty fun. So that happened, and that's one crazy story. Again, in sophomore year, coming up with another story. There's this kid, and you know what? I'm gonna use a real name. Sue me. This kid is Nick, right? And Nick has had enough of what we're still gonna call George's crap, because George just loves teasing people, and you know, he's asking for it, right? And so Nick is pretty strong, and he's also pretty fat. I'm not making fun of him, he says it himself, he calls himself the fat man. Alright, so Nick, having enough of Grayson's crap. Oh, I just said his name. Ian, edit that out. Okay, no. Nick, having, you know, being done with George's crap, he decides, I'm gonna hit this kid. You know, he's been sort of hitting him throughout the week, but like, and hard, but like, nothing was about to happen next. Grayson goes up and teases him. I don't know exactly what it does. And Nick just turns around. And I kid you not, he pimp slaps this kid. And I mean absolutely pimp slaps this kid. Like, you could hear that from China. I'm not even kidding. You just hear this. It is so loud. And I'm not even joking when I say this kid George does like a 360 in the air, lands on the ground like it's a movie, not even kidding. Like it's straight out of a movie. This kid just got destroyed. Later, same year, sophomore year for me, this kid Nick, you know, the fat man as we all called him, as he called himself too, so I'm not being offensive. This fat man, he's walking around the cabin, and then there's this kid in the cabin. He's like, he's a senior then. His name's James, and he goes, "Hey, this is a loose floorboard. Look at this, guys." And he like puts his foot on it and wiggles it, like, "Look at the loose floorboard. Look at the loose floorboard." And so Nick goes over to investigate, and he puts his foot on the floorboard. Kid, not even kidding, kid falls straight through the floor. He's become so famous for that now. No, but seriously, he falls right through the floor. How do you do that? His leg is all scratched up from the wood. There's just like a hole in the floor. Like, not like, he doesn't fall through the floor, just like his leg falls through and it gets kind of jammed between the wood, and it must have hurt a lot, and he got scratched and all. And so like this really tough counselor, like, you know, known for kind of being tough. Like, he's a gentle giant, you know what I mean? He's an elephant. He goes in to check it out, sees the hole in the floor, and you can tell he is trying with all his might not to laugh. Like, he is barely holding back a smile. It was hilarious. So yeah, those were some band camp stories. Ian, you can edit this ending part out right now because I'm about to stop the recording and think of it more. And the last band camp story for today. This happened in my most recent band camp, junior year. This kid who I've mentioned in other videos because he's so terrible at life. His name is Gabe, and I absolutely love this kid. No homo. But this kid's like my best friend, right? And so he's a grade younger than me, so I'm a junior right now. He is a sophomore, and we're just besties, like absolutely besties. We're so gay. No, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Okay, back on track. So this is probably gonna prove my sexuality. We decide, you know what? We're gonna push our beds together. And the counselors in the cabin were just like, "Why do you guys have your beds together?" And they legitimately thought throughout the week that we were banging each other. Because here's the thing. At band camp, the beds, whenever you move like slightly, you just hear like that must have been some alien disgusting noise, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's all you hear. And so whenever, it was always Gabe who would move. He would just like move slightly and you just hear so much stuff. And so the counselors thought we were banging. I'm not even kidding. And there was one night even where they thought we were doing it. Like, we just pushed our beds together to be trolls and to be stupid, right? And to have the sex. No, but we were just doing it to be stupid. And the counselor, like several times whenever he heard squeaking, he would like flash his flashlight over at us, and we're like, dude, we're not actually doing this kind of stuff. We're just being stupid. Because Gabe and I are stupid. Gabe's more stupid. So yeah, that is the last story from band camp. I probably will do more in the future. Not next video though. Story time for next video will be something else. But if you liked the video, leave a like. Let's try to shoot for how about 5 likes? Let's shoot for 5 likes, and let's try to get some subscribers. So if you like the video, subscribe, because I'll be coming out with more. Thank you, Ian, for editing these videos. It really means a lot to me. And that is all. Peace, and let me know if you want more stories in the future. Goodbye.